What's up guys? In this video I'm gonna show you how you can make your drum loops sound more interesting. I'm gonna share with you some of the tips and tricks I use to make my house drum loops sound more interesting. So it's a matter of adding ear candy and I'm gonna show you how you can do it. Let's go. Okay, so we have a basic house loop sounding like this. So the first thing I want to do is to add something to the kick drum. So layer it like a transient. So let's start by adding this sound. So we add the one shot on all of the kick drum notes. So we are just gonna open the sampler, make the length of the sample really short, and we're gonna fade it out a little bit. So it's just gonna be like a click. It's way too loud, so we're just gonna assign it to the mixer track. And then we're gonna pull up an EQ and just gonna remove all of the low end. And also a little bit of the top end. And then we're gonna lower the volume. So this is not something that should be dominating the kick, it's just to add some flavor to it. Next, we're gonna do something with the clap. So I found this awesome clap sound. And I'm just gonna do like a different kind of pattern for the clap. So I'm just gonna have this playing to add like some kind of groove to the beat together with the original clap. Something like this. And what I tend to do is just to pull this a little bit off grid. So just select all of the samples and then move them slightly to the right. So it gets like this kind of swing feel. And we're not done yet. I'm gonna assign this to the mixer track, pull down the volume a little bit. Then I'm gonna add some delay, just the fruity delay free. Put the input down, set it to this, and then feedback a little bit down like this, ping pong. And you can just copy the settings if you want to. So we get something like this. And again, I don't want this to be too dominant in the mix. So I'm just gonna pull up an EQ and just removing some of the low end. Also the top end. And then again, also adjusting the volume a little bit again. Okay, and then we're gonna do something with the open hi-hat. So what I want to do is to layer some of the open hi-hats with a shaker. So I have this shaker and I'm just gonna draw it into the playlist. Then I think I'm gonna put it to every second. So the shaker is being layered with every second hit of the open hi-hat. So we just adjust the panning and also a little bit of the volume. And then I'm gonna assign this to a mixer track as well. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of delay again. But this time it's gonna be unsynced. And then we're gonna put down the feedback a little bit and also the cutoff of the feedback. And down with the feedback. Okay, and then we're gonna pull down the volume because it's way too high. And then we're gonna load up an EQ as well. Remove the low end. And just adjust the top end a little bit. So this is also just to add some more stereo width to the open hi-hat. Then we're gonna add some closed hi-hats that are gonna do like a more rhythmic pattern. I have this closed hi-hat. And I'm gonna do this in the piano roll. So I'm gonna do a simple pattern like this. I'm gonna quantize this so it also gets some swing. I'm gonna lower some of the velocities just so everything is not sounding the exact same volume. Duplicate this across, put it into the playlist. Let's see how it sounds. We're gonna assign this closed hi-hat to a mixer track as well. And then I want like to add some auto panning. I go to the gain knob in FL Studio and use the Pan-O-Matic because I just want a really quick auto panning thing. And you can do that with this LFO here. Set it to pan and then get something like this. So if you're on headphones, you can hear that the closed hi-hat is like traveling from left to right. Then we're gonna add like some kind of tom noise to the pattern as well. And I have this one. And I think I want it to be playing here and maybe here. Let's try. And this is way too loud, so we are just gonna pull down the volume a little bit. I think I'm gonna pan this to the right. Awesome, let's listen to what we have so far. Awesome. If you like the content in this video, it will mean so much to me if you will subscribe to the channel. It will help me to do even more music production and tutorial content for you in the future. So hit that small button and you will help me so much. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, and then I want to just add some ear candy, some texture with some foleys. So I have found a lot of different one-shots and I'm just gonna drag it into the playlist and just layer it on top of stuff. So let's start with this one. So I think this one is just gonna be like on every downbeat. Just set the level a little bit down here. Then I think this noise here should be layered with the clap, but on every second clap here. Have it to play something like that. That sounds pretty awesome actually, to be honest. So duplicate it across. And then we have this sound. And I'm just gonna shorten it. So something like drag it in. And then I think this one is gonna be something that should be placed around here. And then I'm gonna pan it a little bit here. And then let's see. Like see already something is like really happening in the stereo field, and that sounds really, really cool to this drum loop. Okay, so one of the last things that you can do is to add some organic texture, like field recordings. And I actually have something that I recorded myself. So this is just something recorded outside. And what we can do in FL Studio is that we can actually chop this one up into bits, going to the chop, complex, and beat shuffle. So we get like some small bits here, and then we can actually shorten them and also like do some fades. Then we can see what this does. Like some really short percussive hits, but it's not like drum hits, it's more like field recording hits. Make them a little bit shorter here. Let's listen to it in the context. That's pretty dope. Okay, so the last thing that we're gonna add is some drum fills. And you can just use pre-made ones. I have made some myself because I am not so fond of doing these every session. So I just want to have some loops that are ready. So I'm just gonna drag in a fill. So I think this one is really cool. Make it fit the tempo of the track. Put down the volume. And let's see how it sounds. Okay, and then I think we're just gonna remove this kick drum at the end. Okay, so I think we have a finished loop here. So this is the result. And this is the loop that we started with. Together with all of the ear candy and the fills. Pretty awesome. So that's actually it for this video. And remember, the key to making good house drum loops is to layer your drums. To layer it with other drum elements, to layer it with foleys, with textures, adding effects, the list goes on. This is just how I will tend to do it. I do it in like a lot of different ways. This is just some of them. And I hope this video inspired you to do your own cool house drum loops. So I'm curious to know what you do to your drums to make them sound better. Please let me know in the comment field down below. If you liked the video, it will mean so much to me if you will smash that like button or even subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me even further, I have a lot of sample packs and preset packs on my website, and you can go browse them and check them out. Link is in the description. So I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.